Welcome to my Flosstube channel. My name is Hannah. Today is February 10th. It's a Wednesday of, what year are we in, 2021? It's been a long day, so I'm just getting home from work. I am going to go through some of my stuff that I did this week. This is a channel about cross-stitch, so if you're not into that, you might want to find another part of YouTube to go hang out in. What else? Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully I can get through this without kind of brain farting, because that's been happening today. A lot's happened this week. Lots happened last week. I'm not going to go into all of it. It's just life update stuff that you don't necessarily need to be a part of. So just know that my brain is kind of all over the place. But I did get a lot of stitching done this week. Some things I got quite a good bit done on. They're not like huge numbers, but I did a lot of kind of smaller numbers on a lot of different things. So we'll go through that. I did buy something. Bought one thing, but it's not here yet. I will show off the thing that I did receive in the mail. It was only one thing and it's really small. So there's that. But we'll go into WIPs first. So my works in progress. Really quickly, I'm just pulling up some things. So let's start. So I'm just gonna gather from the top of my pile. These are not in any kind of order. Like I said, I worked on a lot of things. How many things did I work on? 6? 7. I worked on 7 things this week. Okay, so let's start. So the first thing that I pulled off my pile, in no particular order, is my dog's piece. And this piece is by Mystic Stitch. Artwork is by somebody. I can't remember. It'll be, all of the information will always be in the drop down below. Because I quite often forget to say what fabric count it is and how many strands I'm doing and all of that. So that'll all be in the drop down below. I do try to usually say where the pattern's from, what the pattern's name is, and who the artist is, if I can remember. So this one is just one I don't remember the artist name. It will be below. But here is what it will look like and where it was last time. And then here, I always feel funny pulling this one up because it's like the least progress of all the things. But here is where I am now. Oops. So you can see some of the dog is coming through. I did 400 stitches on this one, and I feel like on this one specifically, 400 stitches goes quite a long way, because there's, as you saw, there's dogs like throughout the whole entire piece, and so there's not a whole lot of background. So every stitch feels like I'm actually on the purpose of the picture, if you know what I mean, like the actual focus part of the picture, because the whole thing is like the focus part. So it's very different from the one that I'll do next, which is, there's a lot more, I don't want to say background, but it doesn't feel like I'm getting anywhere fast. Whereas with this one, I feel like I'm getting somewhere quickly, because literally everything in the whole piece is the purpose of the piece. I don't know if that's making any sense to you, but it makes sense in my brain. So yeah, so 400 stitches. This was one of my WIPs for Zombie Run, which is in Daily 30, and that is a closed group. So unfortunately you can't join. I was one of those lucky people. I know people have been saying like they opened up recently. I was one of those lucky folks that joined recently, because I have quite a few friends in that group. So thanks, Bethan. But yeah, so that's that. Could I show this any longer? I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited about the restart of this. So I'm thrilled with how it's looking from the restart. But anyway, here is the side-by-side comparison. Okay. And I don't know if any of you, I'm assuming a lot of you watch test stitches on YouTube or on here on Flosstube. She's so funny. She messaged me, and she mentioned this in her most recent video, but she messaged me the other day and she was like, hey, can I steal the way that you do like your comparison photos? And I was like, yeah, of course. Do what you want. And she put up her video and I was watching and I was like, the comparison goes by really quickly, and now I'm kind of wondering, do I need to go back and rewatch how long my comparison's up for, because like, am I leaving it up long enough for you to actually be able to tell what the comparison is? I think with the way that I stitch, it's usually pretty easy, so you can usually see kind of right away where my progress is, but especially for people who do like cross country, it's a lot harder to see in a really quick clip where the progress was made. So especially for like her, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on what it's called. I'm blanking. Tess, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on what it's called, but on like any of the cross country pieces, it's always a little bit harder to tell where the progress was made. Even if there's a lot of progress, it's still kind of hard to tell. So I'm going to go back and make sure in this video that my comparisons aren't too short and you can actually like look at both pictures. So I might lengthen the comparisons. I'm not sure if I need to, but I'll take a look. Anyway, next WIP. Now that I've rambled, so just because Tess is like the best, go watch her. She did a most recent video where she shows the, before and after photos, and she shows you it's great. Okay, so next WIP is called a Canine Sanctuary, and this one is a Charting Creations chart. The artwork is, ooh, I'm blanking on artists. I usually know this one. Nicky Beohme. I say it wrong every time. Nicky something. Nicky B. I don't know how to say her last name. I don't remember how to say Nicky's last name. Anyway, so here is what it will look like and where it was last time. And I've managed to make this really pretty this time and actually be able to like show it not in crazy messed up craziness. But here is what it looks like. What it looks like now. So I did 402 stitches on this one. So we're seeing like more of this roof up here and more of this window right here. So I think it's looking really good. I think it actually looks great, if I do say so myself. Yeah. And then this one was not, what did I do this one for? I did this one for homework in Magical Stitches. I did this, for plumbing, because the whole piece is like a house, right? So there's got to be plumbing running through this house, and there's got to be at least one toilet. I'm assuming there's more than one toilet in this. There's also probably a kitchen with plumbing. I mean, there's probably plumbing in this house. So there's that. And here's the comparison photo, English. Okay. And then on Sundays, we work on wedding. So I pulled out my wedding piece on Sunday. I did not get as much done as I feel like I usually do, but it's very confetti heavy right now, and you will see why. But here is what it will look like when it's done and where it was last time. And then here is where it is now. So that's like a full blown out where you know, the whole thing, and then that's where I am right now in that page right there. So as you can see, it's part of my crown, and I'm actually starting the skin, like you can't even tell, but there is skin started, like right here is some skin, right here. I know, it's like you couldn't even tell, you wouldn't be able to tell, but it's very confetti heavy right now because of that crown, and I'm assuming my face is going to be much more confetti heavy than, like, I don't know, my dress, which is mostly just white and off-white. So I did 419 stitches on this in the day, which is kind of small for me on like a Sunday. I can usually get upwards of 500. But it was also Super Bowl Sunday, so I ended up finishing stitching on this at around 6:15ish, and I took something else out that I could take into the other room to watch football. Because I don't really watch football. I'll stitch while my husband watches football. And this piece is a piece charted by myself using Pixel Stitch. So here's the side-by-side comparison. Okay. Next, I'll pull out my Baker Street. So as you might be aware, my goal this year is to finish Baker Street, Mulan, and I will be finishing Darth Vader, which I think I showed last time. Yeah, I did show last time, and I barely had anything done. But my goal is to finish those 3 pieces this year, and so Mulan and Baker Street, they're both full coverage, so I'm going to be focusing on those and kind of flipping back and forth after homework. So if I finish the homework for the week for Magical Stitches, I'm then going to, the rest of the week until Sunday, I'll work on either Baker Street or Mulan. And so this week I worked on Baker Street. Well, yeah, this past week I worked on Baker Street, so coming up this week, after I finish my homework, I will be working on Mulan. And I probably won't stitch today, so I'm hoping to finish my homework tomorrow. I have like 200 stitches to do to finish homework, so. But anyway, like I said, I'm doing Baker Street. So this is a design by MandarinksDesign on Etsy. And here's what it will look like and where it was last time. You ready for this? Here is where it is now. Look at all that progress. And I even needed to frog up here. That whole, like, stained glass part up here, most of it needed to be frogged. Because I realized I counted wrong. So that is, look, you can even see the outline for the umbrella. That's going to be all full stitch. So essentially what I did is I'm trying to get done with all of the half stitch, and all of the half stitch is just all the way around the door. So I'm almost there. I have like maybe 800, 1,000 half stitches left to go. So when I say I did 3,941 stitches, that's all half stitch. So just divide that by 2. I didn't divide it by 2 to like tell you now. I don't know what it is. Like, what? 39 to, I don't know math. I'm not good at math. So whatever that is, divide that by 2, and that's the total full stitches that I did. But 3,941 half stitches done on this piece. I don't know, from think Friday to Saturday. I think I worked on this piece on Friday and Saturday. So that's quite a good bit of stuff done. And then once I'm done with this part, I'll start working on the full stitches. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the snow down at the bottom to get the white out of the way. And then I will start working on either this part up here, or I'll do this umbrella. I want to do the door last. Well, and then I'll do the back stitch, but so that's that. Sorry for all of like the craziness going on over here, but I got a lot done. I mean, I think it was like this one, and I think it was just this much done. So that's quite a bit. 3,000 half stitches, almost 4,000 half stitches. So what's that? That's almost 2,000 actual stitches. Apparently I can't do math because 3,900 is just about 2,000 full stitches. So a little less than 2,000 full stitches. Pretty good for 2 days. But this was an easy. This part at least is pretty easy because it's like 4 colors. I mean, it's a little bit more than that, and there's a lot of blends in there. But either way, pretty good progress, I think. Here's the comparison photo. Okay, next is Darth Vader, also a piece by MandarinksDesign. How does this go? It's hard because I'm doing this one cross country too, which I don't do. The only time I ever do cross country is like, I want to say if it's not a full coverage, but Baker Street is a full coverage, but there's a lot of half stitches, so it's kind of, I don't know. Has to be a small piece for me to do cross country. Pretty much everything else I park. Okay, so Darth Vader. This is also a piece, like I said, by MandarinksDesign on Etsy. And here is what it will look like and where it was last time. And last time I had just started, pretty much. I'm still not very far. And if you didn't know what it was, you still probably wouldn't know what it was. Still probably wouldn't know what it was. And it's kind of hard to see on this fabric in this lighting, but it is there. So you can kind of see it. Like I said, if you didn't know what it was, you probably would not have any clue what this is, but it will become Darth Vader. And this is for my brother, and I plan on trying to get it done by June for his birthday. He doesn't know I'm making this, but he also doesn't watch my videos because he doesn't even know I make videos. So there's that. So I ended up doing 485 stitches on this this week because I worked on this during the Super Bowl. So I got to do like 300 something stitches during the Super Bowl because, like, you know, I watched the halftime show, which I didn't really like. I'm not a big The Weeknd fan, so. And then I also watch all the commercials because the commercials are like the best part because I'm not a football fan. Not really. Depends. I like going to the games. I think they're fun to physically be at because the atmosphere is fun, but watching it on the TV does nothing for me. So, okay, and here's the comparison photo. And the next thing that I did, well, I don't know if this is the next thing that I did, but the next thing that I pulled out of my pile is Castles in the Air, and this is a piece by Long Dog Samplers. Here is what it will look like and where it was last time. And here is where it is now. Oh, this lighting is so bad. The lighting is so bad, but you get the gist. I am almost done page 2. So close. I worked on this in the car. I I'm not going to tell the whole story, but, you know, I had to take my husband to the emergency room. He's fine. He was just having a complex migraine. So it was something that we thought it was something else, but it ended up being that, and it's not a life or death situation. Other things are happening too, but that's aside. But while I was waiting, because you can't go into the hospital, there's no visitors right now. While I was waiting in the car, I worked on this. For the first, I was there for, I think, 5 hours waiting in the car. For the first, 2, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't stitch, my hands were shaking too much. But, I did get some stitches put on this. I think I put 315 stitches in. So, in about a 2-3 hour time frame, I put 315 stitches in. Could have done a lot more had I stitched the whole 5 hours, but not bad. I think it looks great. I think it's stunning. So happy with this. I think it's stunning. Okay. And then here's the comparison photo. Okay. And then the last thing, I think this is the last thing, that I worked on, that I'm still currently working on, but I'm going to show you, because I know Tess in my last video, she was like, I would have been fine just looking at 70 stitches. I'm not going to show you guys just 70 stitches. So, this is some progress from last week, but it's only 70 stitches worth of progress from last week, and then the rest of it has been put in since then. And then I'm still working on it, so next time I'll have probably about 200 stitches still to show you. And I'm talking about my Once Upon a Fairy Tale. This is the supersized max color version. It's a chart by Heaven and Earth Designs. The artist is Aimee Stewart. Notice how I don't have to think about that one because I have an addiction. It's not, I mean, it's good. It's a really good addiction. It's a good addiction to have, but it definitely eats my money. That's for sure. So here is what it will look like and where it was last time. And then here is where it is now. And of course I will zoom in a minute. I'll just bring my piece closer to the camera because I don't have a zoom feature on my camera. But here is where it is. Sorry about all the threads. I know some of you hate it, but there's nothing I can do. And then this is where I worked. So I have some more of this green up here done, some more of this shelf right here. The little mushroom is completely finished. I'm not sure. I think he was finished last. Maybe not. Maybe he. Yeah, I think he was finished last time. But I think the mushroom's so cute. But I think it's looking so good. It's gonna be so big. I don't think I'm gonna finish it for another, I don't know, 30 years or something. It doesn't matter. Eventually it'll get finished. So that's that. Here's the comparison photo. And then, the last thing I'm going to show you, and I'm actually going to put it on the fabric really quick so that I can actually show you, well, let me finish folding it and then I'll put it on the fabric. I got my needle minder. As some of you know, I am part of the Cross Stitch for Everyone Year of Gnomes SAL, and I'm not doing it this year. I am doing it next year, but, you know, all of them are being released this year, so I get them. I also get the needle minders. I'm not going to share where the needle minders come from, sorry. I know I probably should, it's not fair that I'm not, but they always have just a limited supply right away, at the very beginning, and then they eventually come back in stock, but you have to wait longer, and I don't want to do that. So I do get the needle minders, and I'll show them to you. And if you really, really want to know where they're from, I can share. Just message me on Facebook or Instagram. I feel like most people who watch my videos, if we've had some sort of conversation, then you have messaged me on Facebook already. And I'll leave my Instagram handle in the description. I don't usually, because I rarely use Instagram, but I'll leave it just in case you want to message me. And on Facebook, I'm just Hannah Dowling. You'll be able to find me most likely. But here is the needle minder. Isn't he so cute? Oh my gosh. So this is the February gnome of the month in the cell. So he's already come out. He's been out for 10 days now. And he's so cute. I've already ordered the March needle minder, the March gnome needle minder. And they match the pattern exactly. I mean, they're exactly the same. And I'm already using them, so a lot of people, if you've seen my pictures on Facebook, you've seen the January one, because I can't not use them. I have to use them. They're so cute. So that's the only thing I bought. I bought him a while ago. Like, I bought him in January, but he finally got here. I haven't bought anything else. I've been really good since the HAED sale. I haven't bought anything else, which is weird because it's unlike me. I usually buy charts all the time, but I don't think I bought anything. So far as I can remember, I haven't bought anything since the HAED sale. Hopefully. Other than the needle minder. But I bought that yesterday. I think I bought that yesterday or 2 days ago. So it hasn't even left California yet. But anyway, I think that's everything. It was not too long of a video this time. I got through things pretty quick. Oh, I forgot to mention how many stitches I did total. So this week, and on Fairytales, I forgot to mention, on Fairytales I did 820 stitches, including the 70 from last week, because I didn't show it last week. So this week I did 4,811.5 stitches. So what I did for the total is I took the Baker Street number and I divided that in half and then added those all together because everything else was in full stitch, so I just decided to make the total in full stitch. So I did have a half stitch in there that just needed to go somewhere, so 4,811.5 stitches this week. So it was a pretty good week for me. And I did finish all of my zombie run, because I did my wedding pieces in zombie run, my Fairytales is in zombie run, Dogs is in zombie run, and Baker Street is in zombie run, and I think, because I finished this month, I'm a human, so I'm getting an amulet. I think that's what they are. So I'm probably going to change Dogs out for Mulan next month, and that's probably going to stay that way. I'm probably going to do those ones, unless on Fairytales I reach my goal for the year. If I reach my goal for the year on Fairytales, I'll switch that out with something that I don't have my goal reached. But the other three, Baker Street, Wedding, and Mulan, those three will just stay for the whole year since I have like plans for them. The two I want to finish, and then Wedding is always on Sunday, so I'm always going to be working on it. Even if I hit my goal, I'm going to work on it. My hair is really bothering me today. I have a hair appointment at the end of the month, and it's needed because my roots, whew girl. Anyway, I think that's everything now that I've rambled for another 3 minutes. Yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed. Welcome. I should have said this earlier, but if you are new and you managed to watch this whole video, thank you. I hope that you decide to join the family, subscribe. We have fun here. If you are not new and you're coming back to watch again every week, because I don't know why I do this every week, but I do. I have fun with it. I know sometimes I come home from work and I'm like, oh, I have to make a video. But then I get up here and I'm like, yes, it's making a video time. So I like it. It's fun. I'm not always prepared, but what can you do? So yeah, so anybody who's returning, thank you for returning. I really appreciate it. You guys are my fam. Thank you for everybody who's subscribed. I think I'm pretty close to 300 subscribers. I might do a giveaway for 300 subscribers. I don't know. I like doing giveaways, but it's not going to be like a paper pattern giveaway or anything. It might be something else. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I might do like a needle minder giveaway, because I have a needle minder addiction. It's really bad. And I might do something like that. I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. So anyway, I will talk to you all next week. Hopefully I will be around. I'm usually pretty good about doing Wednesdays, but, you know, coming up here soon, it might get a little weird. I'm hoping to still do Wednesdays, but, you know, we trek on. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting. I really do appreciate the comments. I try to comment back pretty much for everybody, or at least hit the heart button. So keep it coming. I will talk to you all next week. I hope you have a great day, and stitch on, my fellow friends.